Manhood in the Kali Yuga. Swedish freelance journalist Petra A. contributes with a quite a cute little text in a Metro newspaper, where she wonders why so many young girls fall for dangerous men and not nice guys. She does reveal the answer already in the very question. Normal women without distorted orientation hopefully prefer males and men. But given how bad most articles are within established media, we shouldn't be too harsh with Petra. Instead, we should be reading her column with a friendly, well-meaning attitude, because it, the column, illustrates some context observable in the Kali Yuga. The traditional perspective of masculinity has always included a spiritual aspect. A real man has been great-souled, in contact with the higher, in possession of self-control. This contact with the higher and insight into the necessary and eternal, having combination with self-control and feelings of honor, sometimes resulted in such, for our era, incomprehensible behavior like seppuku, harakiri. Similar suicide was practiced as late as the final phase of World War II, when many National Socialist officials preferred to end their lives on their own rather than becoming prisoners of the Allies. So it is a traditional masculinity that was not entirely easy to eradicate, despite hard attempts. In the Eddas, you would have saga heroes that were defeated, overwhelmed by a foe. The foe could kill them, but the foe could not take away their dignity. This is why it was important in saga literature to die with a joke on your lips, to die with a jest. This is why in the death song of Ragnar Lodbrok he says, "Laughing I die." He could be killed, but ultimately he cannot be defeated inwardly. We cannot always control the outcome of external circumstances, but the hero controls his reaction to those circumstances. That is the essence of a true man. Anyways, in this modern era, this spiritual aspect has vanished, and what separates the sexes has instead been reduced to the purely biological, the purely animal. Masculinity has thus become synonymous with high testosterone levels and preferably a chaotic life run by impulses. I suppose it is this Petra A. is referring to when she writes dangerous men. This is really about grown-up children, because they're not capable of self-discipline, are not able to overcome themselves. These grown-up children make up much of the broken relationships we are able to observe within statistics on divorce, women abuse, bar fights, and so on. Being a real man in today's West is to drink as a pig, cry as a cow on the sofa in front of the television watching sport, hit those who talk back to you, and sometimes even practice a promiscuous way of life with the diverse offers of trash you'll find at the bar. The problem with this is, of course, that in a modernist worldview, there is no real solution to this other than to effeminate and domesticate the man, turning him into a nice guy, son, a little boy. And at the same time, of course, try to turn the woman into a man. In other words, a grown-up child with a equally chaotic life run by impulses. The result is vulgarity feminism with cocky girls who know what they want but start screaming or cry for each small setback they come in contact with. The solution lies, as usual, outside of modernism.